Interstellar is a 2014 epic science fiction film directed by Christopher Nolan, who co-wrote the screenplay with his brother Jonathan. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Bill Irwin, Ellen Burstyn, and Michael Caine. Set in a dystopian future where Earth is suffering from catastrophic blight and famine, the film follows a group of astronauts who travel through a wormhole near Saturn in search of a new home for mankind. In the mid-21st century, humanity faces extinction due to dust storms and widespread crop blights. Joseph Cooper, a widowed former NASA test pilot, works as a farmer and raises his children, Murph and Tom, alongside his father-in-law Donald. Living in a post-truth society, Cooper is reprimanded by Murph's teachers for telling her that the Apollo missions were not fabricated. During a dust storm, the two discover that dust patterns in Murph's room, which she first attributes to a ghost, result from a gravitational anomaly and translate into geographic coordinates. These lead them to a secret NASA facility headed by Professor John Brand, who explains that 48 years earlier, a wormhole appeared near Saturn, leading to a system in another galaxy with 12 potentially habitable planets located near a black hole named Gargantua. Volunteers of the Lazarus expedition had previously traveled through the wormhole to evaluate the planets, with Miller, Edmonds, and Mann reporting back desirable results. Cooper is enlisted to pilot the Endurance spacecraft through the wormhole as part of a mission to colonize a habitable planet with 5,000 frozen embryos and ensure humanity's survival. Meanwhile, Professor Brand would continue his work on solving a gravity equation whose solution would supposedly enable construction of spacecraft for an exodus from Earth. Cooper accepts against Murph's wishes and promises to return. When she refuses to see him off, he leaves her his wristwatch to compare their relative time when he returns. The crew, consisting of Cooper, robots TARS and CASE, and scientist Dr. Amelia Brand, Professor Brand's daughter, Romilly, and Doyle, traverse the wormhole after a 2-year voyage to Saturn. Cooper, Doyle, and Brand use a lander to investigate Miller's planet, where time is severely dilated. After landing in knee-high water and finding only wreckage from Miller's expedition, a gigantic tidal wave kills Doyle and waterlogs the lander's engines. By the time they leave the planet, Cooper and Brand discover that 23 years have elapsed on the Endurance. Having enough fuel left for only one of the other 2 planets, Cooper and Romilly decide to go to Mann's, as he is still broadcasting, despite Brand's protests. En route, they receive messages from Earth and Cooper watches Tom grow up, get married, and lose his first son. An adult Murph is now a scientist working on the gravity equation with Professor Brand. On his deathbed, Brand confesses that the Endurance crew was never supposed to return, knowing that a complete solution to the equation was not feasible without observations of gravitational singularities from inside a black hole. On Mann's planet, they awaken him from cryostasis, and he assures them that colonization is possible despite the extreme environment. During a scouting mission, Mann attempts to kill Cooper and reveals that he falsified his data in the hope of being rescued. He steals Cooper's lander and heads for the Endurance. While a booby trap set by Mann kills Romilly, Brand rescues Cooper with the other lander, and they race back to the Endurance. Mann is killed in a failed manual docking operation, severely damaging the Endurance, but Cooper is able to regain control of the station through his own docking maneuver. With insufficient fuel, Cooper and Brand resort to a slingshot around Gargantua, which cost them 51 years due to time dilation. In the process, Cooper and TARS jettison their landers to lighten the Endurance so that Brand and CASE may reach Edmonds' planet. Falling into Gargantua's event horizon, they eject from their craft and find themselves in a tesseract made up of infinite copies of Murph's bedroom across moments in time. Cooper deduces that the tesseract was constructed by advanced humans in the far future and realizes that he had always been Murph's ghost. He uses Morse code to manipulate the second hand of the wristwatch he gave her before he left, giving Murphy the data that TARS collected, which enables her to complete Brand's solution. The tesseract, its purpose fulfilled, collapses before ejecting Cooper and TARS. Cooper wakes up on a station orbiting Saturn. He reunites with Murph, now on her deathbed, who tells him to seek out Brand. Cooper and TARS take a spacecraft to rejoin Brand and CASE, who are setting up the human colony on Edmonds' habitable planet.